What's up, gang? What's going on? What's going on? I'm outside in the cold here. Some stuff going on inside. So I want to recap the game. First of all, I want to give a personal shout out to Backstage Baseball for the super cool thumbnail he hooked me up with today. I appreciate that, bud. And what's crazy is the Yankee game was on. I was watching the network, and at the bottom of the ninth, it just stopped playing. So it's currently still in the bottom of the ninth, it looks like, with no outs. The Yankees are up 11-5. Let me recap this really quickly. Matt saying, what's happening, man? Aiden, what's good? And Backstage is in the house. So Davy Garcia started against Eduardo Rodriguez, and Garcia went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, one strikeout, 37 innings pitched. And who else we got in there? Aroldis Chapman took over, threw an inning, struck out 1. And then Luis Hill came in, another good outing, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit and 4 strikeouts. He's looking really, really good. And again, Davy Garcia looked good again, so that's good sign. A good sign. Who else here? Big boys in the house. What's good, guys? And then Sean Sample I haven't heard of before he came in. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 4, and this was the 8th inning. 4 hits, 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And Derek Kraft is in right now, closing it out. So, so that's where we are right now. The Yankees are still up 11-5, and for some reason it stopped playing on the network. So I'm looking it up on the app here to confirm when it's over. But the Yankees offense, Gleyber Torres, another home run in the first inning to make it 1-0. And then the Tigers tied it up with Dustin Garneau. He had a solo shot to make it 1-1. And then from there, Yankees kind of went on a tear. Ronald Guzman, if you haven't heard of him, they brought him in a couple weeks ago for like an infield first baseman depth. He was with the Texas Rangers, and he played a game where he hits 3 home runs against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. So he's got some big power. So Yankees boosting up there. He hit a 2-run double in the 5th to make it 3-1. And then Guzman, he actually scored on a pass ball to make it 4-1. I think the pass ball was to Gleyber Torres. He also came back in the 6th and hit a 2-run single to make it 6-1. Guzman again. And then Cooper Bowman hit a 3-run home run in the 6th to make it 9-1. And then Guzman came back and again with an RBI single to make it 10-1. And at that point, Riley Green hit a solo shot off of looks like Sean Sample, and to make it 10-2. And then Victor Reyes hit a 3-run home run in the top of the 9th. It looks like the bottom of the 8th, excuse me, to make it 10-5. And then the Yankees, Armando Alvarez came back with an RBI single to make it 11-5, and that's where we stand right now. Jared's in the house. What's good, everybody? Chicken pie, baby. Yes. Ron Duffney's in the house. What's good? Yeah, Guzman, man. This kid, I am cold. Marcus, it's prick out, man. It's like they brought the winter back in the spring. That's why I'm out here, and I got my skull cap. I usually have my gloves on, but I couldn't find them. And I was scrambling because the stupid game just ended right in the network. The game stopped playing. I don't know, must have been a timer or something. And it looks like it's still it still looks like the 9th inning, and the game hasn't ended yet. So, but it's 11-5 right now. No outs. Let me refresh here to see. Yeah, nothing yet. They might be changing pitchers. Yeah, it looks like they might be changing pitchers, but it's 1 hit. It's 11-5. So I'll make sure to confirm. That the Yankees won. But that's the offense, and that's what happened today. Davy Garcia looked good. Luis Hill looked really good. Yeah, exactly, Backstage, exactly. The Yes Network plays the whole thing. The MLB app, it's frustrating. Drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely nuts. Right in the bottom of the 9th, the game, it said this event ends shortly. I know. Who else is here? Franchises in the house. What is good, man? What is good? I'll be putting out some more post-game recaps as a live stream as often as I can now, especially in the season. I'll be doing it. If I can't do a live stream, I'll still put a post-game, just a regular recap video. But that's what happened today. I definitely want to do live streams to get everybody involved as much as we can. I know 4 o'clock is tough because it's still in the middle of a work day, but I'll still do it. And then late at night, I'll be doing that too. So did I notice Albert Pujols walked out? That's the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I did. Walked out to the Song Hall. Yeah, I did. And it was really cool. He got a standing ovation from everyone. $2.5 million. Give him a chance to maybe hit a 700th home run. What's really cool is this is his last year. Yadi Molina and Adam Wainwright. They're all going to go out in style together with a bang. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So Backstage, that would be cool, man. I appreciate that. Yankee news. before Wednesday. Do I see Aaron? Do I see any Yankee significant trades? Probably not. Maybe another minor move, something like that. They brought in Shelby Miller yesterday, but that wasn't really a big news. I mean, he might be AAA depth if he makes it up, maybe bullpen depth or something. But he was good like 8 years ago. So and it is what it is. Jared, lagging, is the service lagging? Let me hang on 1 second. If it's lagging, give me 1 second, guys. I'll run inside. Hang on. Better service now. Here we go. No more lag. Let me know if we're back. Let me know if we're back good from the lagging. Take this off too. Back to the good weather here. Hill looks good. I mean, I caution throwing him to the Wolves. Just like I caution throwing Severino to the Wolves. Hill, I'd be happy if he makes the rotation and pitches, well. And 11-5 Yankees. Jared, Yankees went on Ronald Guzman. I mean, I'll give you a quick rundown again. Gleyber Torres hit another home run, and Aroldis Chapman pitched well. Davy Garcia pitched really well. Luis Hill pitched really well. Garcia and Luis Hill 3 innings pitched each. Ronald Guzman, who the Yankees acquired with the Texas Rangers, was on a tear today. 2-run double, another 2-run single. He had like 4 or 5 RBIs. So better good, Jared? Okay. Yeah, man. Judge extension, should be in a couple days. I mean, I'm kind of Falefa. Yeah, he's hitting the ball hard. He played good defense today too, and it was a solid game. It was a really solid game from the team. And exactly, big boy. Unfortunately, the shortstop project did not work out for Gleyber Torres, and it's still saying bottom of the 9th with no outs, which is strange, and which is weird. We got 11-5. This is ESPN too. Bottom of the 9th. No outs, and I've refreshed it like 7 times. Yankees won 11-7. Okay, there we go. Nothing's refreshing here. Let's go back to the Yankees. Yeah, it still is crazy. It still says 10-5 in the bottom of the 8th. So strange. All right, good. Well, they won 11-7, so thank you for that. Aiden to I appreciate that, man. Yankees, I'll take the win. Again, takeaways from it. Davey looked good. Hill looked good. And Davey could be a secret weapon this year. And I'm glad that, Matt Blake is working with him, working with Schmidt, and working with Gil, continuing developing these guys. So I think I could see some good things happening there. So on Final Life 5, just fun Final Life 5, yeah. Nothing is updating for some reason online. I don't know why. But who do I think is on the bench? Ben Rortvedt, Marwin Gonzalez, Ender Inciarte, and one other guy. I'm not sure who the other one is, but those 3 guys I definitely see on the bench. No doubt about it. It's usually a 4-person bench, but I see those 3 on the bench. Ender Inciarte plays multiple outfield positions. Marwin plays multiple infield positions, and Rortvedt the other catcher. That's what I see the bench as of right now. Yankees name and another pitcher would be good. Aiden, definitely. Yeah, Rojas. I mean, I like his addition to the coaching staff. I really do. Backstage, it's a good. LaCastro is the other guy I see making the bench. Thank you, Matt. LaCastro, Inciarte, Marwin Gonzalez, and Ben Rortvedt. Boone, I think he wants more pitchers. They're going to add 2 because they're expanding the roster to 28. So they should be adding 2 new pitchers because to give the starters more time to build up their arm strength and their innings. No doubt about it. So should the Yankees trade for Wilson Contreras or Sean? At this point, probably Wilson Contreras. It'll cost less. I would emphasize a starting pitcher more than anything. If they can do a Wilson Contreras and a Kyle Hendricks trade, that will be a good trade for the Yankees. And it'll cost less than Sean Murphy and Frankie Montes. So Guzman's a big dude, Sam. He's a big dude, Sean. He really is. Yeah, Inciarte and Gonzalez seem like a lot. And they're good. They got playoff experience. I mean, they're good, versatile players. Good contact hitters, so good defenders. So I like that. That'll be a better bench than we've had in a little while with those guys. So Yankees are on TV tomorrow. Yeah, thankfully. Which will be nice. Brantley, Marwin, DJ, LaCastro. DJ, yeah. So if DJ's, Yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I don't consider that. Like I see a super utility guy or bench. I don't see DJ. Well, actually, honestly, it depends on how well Gleyber Torres is playing because they're not going to be able to play both. But I think that's one reason why, they're going to have a couple utility guys because who's Rizzo's backup? DJ is going to be Rizzo's backup. So it's either going to be him or Gleyber Torres. But Aiden, no, I'm not headed there. I'll be doing a live. Thinking of Jordan's. What's good, man? What is happening? I keep these short, the post-game recaps, maybe 15, 20 minutes, just so we can go over what happened in the game. Yankees won 11-7. And it's crazy because today's bats, aside with the exception of Gleyber Torres, were other, unusual bats like Ronald Guzman, who they brought in, and some of these other guys we haven't heard of that haven't been playing. So it's good to see other players playing too. Jesus King Chavez, thank you, man. You're the boss, bro. I appreciate that donut. Thank you so much, man. This team doesn't look bad, right? That's right. It's like from the movie Major League. These guys don't look too fucking bad, right? They don't go bad. They don't look too bad. I'm telling you, their offenses and their defense are better. Lori C, I'm with you too. Hello, by the way. He should get a trade and an opportunity to play with a major league team. I agree with you 100%. And that's one thing. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier backstage. I'd rather listen to 6 hours of Bob Ross painting than listen to the Detroit broadcasters. They are a disaster. So boring. I felt like I was getting, anesthesia without getting anesthesia, just like falling out. It was terrible, man. Oh my God. Yeah, Andujar has no option, so he's got to be traded. And Torres is definitely rebuilding trade value. So, yeah, Andujar too. Andujar has been hitting pretty decent. So, but at the end of the day, I think they'll keep Torres and DJ. Start the first game at DH. Hicks should come up. Yeah, I mean, the way Torres is playing, yeah, he's playing better than Hicks is right now. So, DJ at second, Rizzo at first. I could see that. Exactly, John. I'd rather trade him or cut him. So I think that's what they're going to eventually do. Yeah, Matt Beaty. I put out a video on that a little bit ago. Matt Beaty from the Dodgers to the Padres. It's interesting because he plays first base and outfield. So it tells me they're either close to moving either Eric Hosmer, who plays first base, or Will Myers, who plays first base and outfield. So, they've already added Luke Voigt for first base DH too. So I could see them moving either one or both of those guys in short time. So I could see that. I could definitely see that. So backstage, you definitely can, man. Guzman was hitting against pitchers in the major league last year. Yeah, I mean, he's got a bat. He's got a bat, Michael. I mean, he hit. There's a video. If you go to YouTube and just put on Ronald Guzman 3 home runs against the Yankees, you'll see he hit 3 bombs against the Yankees last season or the season before, and he's got a bat. He's got a bat. Science teacher. Oh God, yeah. 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 They were terrible. It was so boring listening to those guys. I could have just put it on mute and put the radio on and put music and it would have been so much better. So much better. And by the way, somebody put out a Judge. I think a Judge extension will probably be, eventually it's going to be 7 years between 210 and 245. That's what I think my Judge extension is going to be. So Fangraphs, Andujar has one option. Well, that would be nice. But it just makes sense to move him anyway and give him an opportunity, Gio. Yankees will sign someone else. I think they're done. No, I think they have one more move in him, Smalls or Kellerman. I think it'll be a trade. And it's got to be for a starting pitcher. There's no starting pitcher worth signing at this point, free agency. The better guys are in trades right now. So I think Cashman's still working the phones. You went to the car and listened to yeah, backstage. Yeah. I'll hit them likes, guys, if you don't mind, guys. We're at 93. Only got 29 likes. If you don't mind, just punch that like button really quickly. I appreciate it. I want to try to get 100 likes. For a short one, that'll be nice. If Judge agrees, the only way Judge doesn't agree to stage in, I think, is if he gets lowballed. If he gets lowballed, then I can understand why he would say no. And at that point, you have to trade him and get value back for him. He only has 1 year left, so. Albert Abreu's out of minor league options. Doesn't know, man. Yeah, I mean, Abreu could be moved too. He's got a good arm. He can make the bullpen, or he could be moved. So he could. JLock243, what's good, man? Brian Cash will make a move today. I don't know about today, Aiden. It would be nice if he did, but I could see him making a move with Oakland or Chicago or somebody before opening day. But today would be nice. Yeah, I'm happy that Pujols is going back too, man. He was one of the best hitters in this generation, and I think he's like 21 or 22 home runs away from 700. There's a chance he might do it. He'll probably play DH in St. Louis now that the National League has one, so it'll work out perfectly for him, and he'll go out in style with his teammates. So he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. So is Yadi Molina. I'd be shocked if they didn't go first ballot. Judge has his own interpretation. Yeah, we don't know what it is. We'll know. If he says no, he felt, then obviously he felt it was lowballed. So, and then that's it. But $30 million a year is not a lowball offer. Not for somebody who hasn't put 2 healthy seasons in a row together. I like Judge, but that's a fact. 7 years, $225 for Judge, make him captain. He's going to make a ton of endorsements. He's a merchandise king here. So, $225 that's a good deal. 22 plus per year. Castillo, Luis Castillo, yeah, he's hurt right now. So there's some issues with him, and the Yankees were right to probably pass on him. Yep, Yadi last season, Lori, and Adam Wainwright too, longtime Cardinal, and then Pujols. All 3 of them are going to go out and style together. I'm definitely doing that, Aiden. I might do before the game to kind of get us ready to roll, and then at the end of the game, might do 2 separate ones. But we'll see. I'll definitely be doing it on opening day, Aiden, no doubt. Glaber keeps pitching. He keeps playing well. So I'm very happy to see it. Very, very happy to see it. So, yeah, Wainwright, exactly, Michael. 7 years, $220 is a good deal too. That's a very fair deal. Young players are standouts in spring training so far. Young players, let's see. Some of the young pitchers, Albert Abreu has been. Luis Hill's one of their young players. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. And a couple of these other guys are playing pretty well. So, but it's mostly across the board. They're veterans who are playing well, and they're younger veterans that are playing well right now. But I was happy to see, the hustle and the diversity of Volpe and Oswaldo Cabrera, who had a grand slam. He's got a good bat, and Oswald Peraza. Those guys showed us something, even though they're still not ready yet. They're showing us our farm is bright. Our farm is bright. So when Hicks breaks down, should we sign Garner? There won't be any need to, John. They have enough guys, Tim LeCastro and Duran Ciarte and some other guys for outfield too. We won't even need Brett Gardner at that point. Ridings, yeah, he's still hurt. He's not back yet. So unfortunately, which stinks. So my guess, like Jimmy Cordero, one of these other young arms will be in place of Ridings until he's healthy. But that's right, Lori C, 100%. Wandy looks good too, and a lot of these guys look good. I mean, and Garrett Cole, to me, is going on a Sith tour. You know what Sith is? Stick it to the haters. He's going on an FU tour. And he looks pissed, and I think he's going to pitch well. I think he'll win the Cy Young this year. So, yeah, LeCastro's fast. He could take a Hicks spot. Yep. So could Gallo. Gallo can play center field too. Marwin. Yeah, I wanted Marwin like 5 or 6 years ago too. I'm glad they have him now. He's pitching. He's playing well. So I'm happy to see that. Working on your opening day pregame show. Can I message you later if you want to send a clip so I can? Sure. Yeah, message me later backstage. Well, I actually have a couple of questions for you too, so I'll message you later too. Guzman or Marwin play? I don't know about Guzman. Marwin might be able to, but we have Ender and Ciarte, Michael. So from the Braves, he's a good versatile outfielder and he's a good contact hitter. So Marwin can be, a super utility, a second super utility, and Ciarte could be the super outfielder. So and they also have Esteban Florial. That's right, TD Sports. That's right. They have Florial too. He just can't hit, unfortunately, but he's great in the field. Yelich, Josh Hader, would you make that trade if available? Depends on what they would want. Thinking of Jordan's, Tim King of Jordan's. What do you think they would ask for, Yelich and Hader? Yelich's expensive. So, and again, there's not a need for him positionally wise right now. And he's been hurt last year or two. So what do you think they would ask? Hicks and some prospects. I mean, I would not give up Volpe or Jason Dominguez. So I would not do that. Nick Nelson, yeah. Conforto, you know what? I mean, I could see him going to a couple of places. I could see him going to Colorado and adding to that offense. I could see him going to somewhere like – I could see him going to Tampa too, adding in some hit there. Because at the end of the day, he's going to wind up not getting a monster deal, and he's going to fall into somebody's lap. And even though he's a Scott Boras, and Scott Boras is saying, oh, the interest is incredible. Interest is incredible? Come on. So, yeah, I could see him going to a handful of teams. But Colorado and Tampa seem representative of two surprising teams for me for Conforto. Guzman, the Juiceman. Castro backup outfield. Yeah, he'll be a 4th or 5th outfielder. He's the fastest guy in baseball, so. Gleyber Glaber's hitting is he's being a more patient hitter. He's not trying to go for all the home runs, so he's playing well. You know, if he just tries to hit well and not go for 40 home runs, he'll get 15 to 20 and hit a lot of singles and doubles, and that'll be perfect. And if he plays decent defense, it'll be perfect. You know, Nelson, yeah, Ender Inciarte. Yeah, I mean, LeCastro and Inciarte, yeah, LeCastro's on the 40-man, Inciarte's not, but Inciarte's making a difference right now in the offseason, so he looks good. He looks good. Conforto can go to the Dodgers, too. Yeah, they haven't really done much this offseason. Brewers want pitching. I mean, Anthony Volpe will make the team to start the season. No, he's not ready, Smalls. If anybody's going to be as a backup shortstop, it'll be Oswald Peraza. He's closer. I wouldn't mess with Volpe's development right now. He's still a tiny bit away. Mark Watson's in the house. What's good? Nothing new on Judge, just a negotiating. We're waiting for this extension offer to see what the heck it is. You know? That's what we're waiting for. Conforto, outfield, DH, yeah. Yeah. Marinaccio is another one. He's got good stuff too. Volpe being, I don't think he's been reassigned yet. They reassigned a bunch of people yesterday. I didn't see Volpe on that list. So he's still around as far as I know. Jumbo package to 2 to 3 times. Jumbo package 2 to 3 times a week. What did I miss here from Sean Browning? What's he talking about? Nick Nelson struggling. Oh, pinstripes? Yeah, he did. Judge's extension is supposed to come this week or next, so it's got to come before opening day. Pujols final, yeah, definitely. I think Volpe's a 2023 guy, so he'll be much more ready to rock. Yankees trade for Sean Manaea isn't going to cost much. Well, that's what we're hearing, but they're going to ask for a lot. At the end of the day, it's 1 year of Manaea. It's not going to cost them Volpe. It's not going to cost them, nor should it cost them Oswald Peraza or Jason Dominguez. Not for 1 year of him, no. I would give up Oswald Peraza for Frankie Montez for 2 years of him and then some other guys, but Volpe's out of the question. Hill looking like the, yeah, Hill maybe, but I just don't want to put too much pressure on the kid yet. He's only 21. So, and again, I would still get another starting pitcher one way or another. Volpe can come up in September. He could. It's either September or 2023. So, traded for Olsen. All I had to give was Wilson, Gardner, and Wells. Wow. That's a heist backstage. Heist, dude. Ketel Marte, they gave him an extension, Gerald. So they bought out 2 years of his 2 arbitration years and then added 3 years behind. So, you know, which makes him more valuable, especially for a player of his caliber. You know, they can get a haul back in even a bigger haul in a trade should they move him, or they're showing him some long-term, you know, loyalty too. So, you know, anytime you get an extension like that on top of they buy out a couple of free arbitration years, then it could be like 20 years, 20 million a year on the back end, and these arbitration years are a little bit less. So, because he's not making 15 or 20 in arbitration right now. So that's the other thing. So, those numbers is most likely going to be backloaded. Yeah, I did hear that Judge moved off that deadline a little bit. He just as long as they're negotiating, apparently that's what he said. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, they should give him a good offer. And if he says no, then you got to move him for a haul back. Period. And you just keep moving. They keep it moving. Do not get in the situation where they have to go back and forth and negotiate against themselves and all this stuff. Because at the end of the day, if he stays here, he's not going to get a haul at the deadline, not as much as he would now. And if he walks, they get nothing. No qualifying offers. So they get absolutely nothing. So they have to do it right, and they have to do it now before opening day. Yeah, I mean, Hill, I would still ease him into things. I can imagine backstage. I say Judge say no if it's a 5-year offer. If he gets 7, it's going to be really hard for him to say no. Jordan's why you traded for Correa, Reynolds, Olsen, and we'll give up Torres sanction. My God. Amazing. That's genius baseball. Retiring as a Cardinal. That's right, man. Good for him. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame with a Cardinals jersey. Luis Hill, yeah, I mean, I don't see the point in moving him for Frankie Montez. Might move up, like you might give up a Luis Medina and some other guys, but at this point, unless you're getting somebody like Corbin Burns back, unfortunately. So Judge goes to the trade rack. We'll see. If he turns it down, there's a couple of teams I could see. Padres, Mariners, Dodgers, Giants would be good candidates for him to be moved to, if that happens. But hopefully he gets a good offer, and that's hard to turn down. Smalls, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I love having you guys. Love having you guys on. So, and this is a short and sweet one. Our longer ones are Saturday nights and Wednesday nights. So I'm just going to do some short post game stuff. This way, you talk about what happened and give you an update on stuff. And I appreciate that, man. Our offense has definitely been more patient, more aggressive, Sean. 100%, bro. 100%. If Judge doesn't sign, who has the money to pay him? The Dodgers, the Padres, the Giants, the Mariners. A lot of teams can sign him. Don't be surprised if a team like Texas comes out of nowhere with a ton of money. Billionaire owners left and right. So, and they've all shown the ability to be aggressive. But we'll see. We'll see. I do not think Gary Sanchez will be back, even if he plays well with the Twins. At some point, I see him, as he gets older, he'll be more transitioning towards DH. I see him moving probably over to National League. Dude, backstage, I would love to be broadcasting in the Yankees booth. Oh, that'd be phenomenal. It would be phenomenal. It really would be. Chris, he's spending a lot of the Rangers' money. But it's amazing how they come up with teams that just find extra money when a player of Judge's caliber becomes available. It happens all the time. All the time. So, I didn't think the Padres are going to do as much as they've done the last couple of years. And all of a sudden, the Dodgers will be, he'll get paid one way or another. So he's going to get a boatload of money. Jed Lowry got a contract. He's keeping it going. Lowry, wow. All right. Did they not learn from A-Rod? Yeah, well, they won a title with A-Rod. He won 3 MVPs here, or 2 or 3 MVPs. So I mean, at the end of the day, got popped for juicing, but it was a worthwhile. They got their money back getting A-Rod. So, but yeah, I agree with you. Hosmer, Myers, nah, Daniel, no way. Hosmer's not a fit here. Myers is not a need here. Why would we get Hosmer? He's making $20 million a year for the next 3 years. For what? Myers, nah. Mark Watson, I appreciate that. Hey, John Boy's on Yes Now, man. On Yes Now, I congratulate them. Dude, if I ever got a shot on Yes or any type of network, I would take advantage of it, and I would work my heart to be as best as possible. So I would love an opportunity like that. Maybe it'll happen one day. We'll see. There's a lot of good YouTube content creators out here, though. Peter, what's good, man? Broadcasting my school's baseball champs. Everyone's saying, there you go, backstage, man. Keep working, dude. Keep working. Mattingly, I would love here. Rangers have 0 pitching. Yeah, I mean, even though they brought in John Gray, and they got a couple other guys, but they have no super front end guys. That's right about that. You're right about that franchise. Yeah, there's no way I would get Hosmer when we have Rizzo here. I would rather have Rizzo and have like Guzman as a backup first baseman, or just keep DJ as a backup. We have plenty that makes it absolutely no need for Hosmer at all. Yeah, I see Judge getting 7 years. Offered certain, but getting 7 to 8 years. I see it happening. So Cone, I think, would be a great coach too. John Doe, man, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you like the channel, man. I'm going to keep working to make it better and better and better. I'll be sprucing up with some highlights and things, but I just want to make sure the content is good. Highlights mean nothing if your content sucks. So I want to make sure that we're having a good time here and getting in on all the intel. So we can get Judge for 7 around 200 to 220. Yeah, it would be. I mean, 210 is 30 per. So that's the sweet spot, I think. So Peter, I do. Bronx Bomber 447. Bronx Bomber 447. I put up baseball stuff there too. No. Giants rotation. Yeah, they're added Rodon, and they have these other guys. They're going to be good. Sneaky good. I'll try my best, Marcus. Blitzball. I think I do all right. I think I do okay. No, we haven't heard. I mean, once it's officially presented, Gerald, it's supposed to be any day now. Once it's officially presented, we'll know about it, or shortly thereafter. So, and then I'm sure that's going to circulate everywhere. People have their opinions right off the bat. So yeah, Ketel Marte, 5 years, $76 million extension to add 3 years on the back of his 2 years of arbitration. So, it's good for him. It's good for him. Cubs will trade for Hosmer. And I don't think they'll trade for Hosmer. Probably not. Yeah. Any more big trades? Not yet, but I could see the Yankees making one with the Chicago Cubs, Daniel, or the Oakland A's. Maybe even the Marlins, too, for a pitcher. Aiden Davila, how I think Gio and Sanchez are doing. I think, I could put something together. It's not a bad idea. Mattingly, I just wish he was played a couple more years. I wish injuries didn't do him, man, because he was definitely on a Hall of Fame track, man. He was. Monty, I think, is going to be their number 2 until they bring in a number 2. That's my guess. So I won't be able to message you immediately after this backstage. I got to go tend to my daughter, but yeah, don't worry, dude. But I'll message you a little bit later. I don't know if we'll be able to trade for Ketel now. Well, maybe. Grimminator X, but now is less of a need for him now that they've got all these guys in the infield. So, but if they did, it's just going to cost more because of that contract he's on now. So it's an affordable contract. I would love to see Swisher on this coaching staff. He's great. Yeah, I think that's one reason they gave him an opt-out, Christopher. It's a good point. If Rizzo opts out after playing well, will they consider Austin Wells for first base? I could see it. Yeah, I think the Red Sox having no pitching is going to hurt them. I could see the Mariners. They added quite a bit, Gerald, pitching and especially offense, so I could see them making it. I don't right now, Smalls. I don't have Facebook now. Montgomery, yeah. I think he's a solid number 3. He's probably going to have to act like a number 2 until they bring in someone else here. So, but I like Montgomery. He's consistent. He's solid. So, switch it. Not as much as they need pitching, Jinyan. Not as much as they need pitching. So, pitching is the number 1 priority. So, no worries backstage. I'll get it to you. Yeah, I mean, a DJ bounce back, a Glaber bounce back, a couple of these guys all at the same time would be really, really nice. Mattingly and Thurman, I would love to have in the Hall of Fame, man. Love it. Otani became a switcher. Oh, man, could you imagine that? That'd be crazy. Nuts. Yeah, this is done. Pujols done after this year. This is it, man. This is it. 2020. Let him go out in style. Hopefully he gets 700. It'd be awesome. Maybe he'll end on a flat number like 700. Like Roberto Clemente ended his career on 3,000 hits on the button. So, be kind of cool. I am a Jet fan, Peter. Cool, Peter. Yeah, send me what you have. I'm a big Jets fan, man. More DJ. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he's a little bit older, so they don't really need to as much of a ramp up. And you have other guys who will play more because they're trying to make the roster. So the 40-man are trying to move up in the minor league. So that's one reason why they play the younger kids a little bit more. So $6.99. Oh, that would stink. Yeah. Yeah, Otani's special. I would stop short of enacting him the next Babe Ruth, though. He's had 1 Babe Ruth year. Babe Ruth had 20 Babe Ruth years, so a little different. Just like I would, hold back on anointing, Jacob deGrom a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's had like 3 dominant years. You need like 10 of them in a row to even be close. He's not in the Hall of Fame right now, Jacob deGrom. Not even close. But if he has a couple more years like that, different story. Yeah, man. Austin Wells, Severino. Yeah, Severino pitched a little bit earlier last week and the week before. He pitched a little bit. His velocity is there, but his command is not. So he needs more work, and he's got to gradually build up his innings too. So which is why I wouldn't throw him to the number 2 right now. Yeah, he's an ace. That means absolutely nothing. You have to be an ace for 10 seasons to get into the Hall of Fame, not for 3. There is not an ace in baseball history that had 3 dominant seasons that had been in the Hall of Fame. Well, he came up as a catcher, Wells, but he's projecting as first base. But the Yankees are saying that they want to keep him at catcher, so we'll see what happens. So, yeah, Sevy's throwing like 96, 97, but his command's not there, so he's getting hit up quite a bit. And he's walking guys too, so he needs more work, more development. So, yeah, it doesn't have. Yeah, it's exactly. It's got the velocity, but it's flat. So, you could throw 100 and be flat and get hit. So. The Cubs would be wise to extend Contreras, that's for sure. And they got Yan Gomes, but like they'd be wise to do that, to extend the guy. Today's generation would let ground be about, which would be kind of nuts. Imagine letting him in the Hall of Fame right now. Like it would be absolutely ludicrous. I mean, I'm gonna pull up his stats, okay? And we'll wrap up shortly. But here's Jacob deGrom's stats, okay? Career. 77 wins and 53 losses. I don't have to look any further. 2.50 ERA, fantastic. I will, but 77 wins and 53 losses. That is not Hall of Fame material. 250 career errors, impressive. Okay. Let's see. 1,200 innings pitched, 1,261, 1,500 strikeouts. Not enough. Not enough. Farnsworth, yeah, he got hit quite a bit. And he was dominant too. He's also a bulldog, man. I remember some guy trying to charge him out, and Farnsworth laid his ass out. He wound up playing professional football after he retired from baseball. And Duke could throw down. Knuckler, since pretty much Dickey and Wakefield are the two most notable knucklers in our lifetime, at least. In the last decade, I should say, or so. Stephen Wright was decent, but he didn't last. Yeah, DeGrom needs... Yeah. He needs at least 100 more wins to have any shot in the Hall of Fame. And even Roy Halladay, whose career was cut short, unfortunately, because of dying, he had a lot more dominant years than DeGrom did. But, yeah, Farnsworth was a badass. Munson and Clemente's career. Yeah, they were, unfortunately, Sean. It was terrible. I have that picture of him manhandling Robin Ventura. He's on the mound like this, and he's got blood coming from his face. I have it framed in my house. It's going to be going in my YouTube room once I get it all built, and that's going to be up. I have a lot of other baseball stuff up too. I will have up, but I've got that. That's a classic photo, Simply Fog. I mean, let DeGrom, now that the National League has DH and is going to have more offense, let him continue to dominate. So let's see. He gets a free out every game, every nine spots with a pitcher. So, yeah, that's terrible, Christopher. I mean, terrible. Clemente was also delivering like food to impoverished people and sick people and stuff. So, yeah. But he's an all-time great. Over-under on Seager, Simeon staying with Durant. I'm going to say Simeon right at the at or the over. Seager probably the under. 10 years versus 7, I'm going to say. I just see Simeon being more productive over the next 7 years than Seager. Yeah. Marwin, I think he'll make it, and I'm happy with it, John. He'll be a good addition. We need that type of versatility. We lost a lot of it when they gave up all those guys. Tyler Austin charging Joe Kelly. I remember that too. No, that's Kyle Seager, not Corey. Corey Seager with the Rangers, a 10-year career. His brother Kyle retired with the Seattle Mariners, yeah. By using Mo's cutter grip, Halladay turned into... Yeah, he did. Halladay was brilliant. He was a crafty pitcher. He had a lot of... Greg Maddux said he was very smart. Very smart. And that's a valuable asset. Very valuable asset. But let me wrap this up, guys. I'm going to tend to the little girls here. Shane Halladay blew out his arm. He was on his way to... Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, though. In the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, Mo had the one pitch in the cutter. It was the greatest pitch in the history of baseball. So, we probably will see. We'll see another notorious knuckleballer in our probably next decade or so. But they're rare. The ones that are really good are really, really good. So let me wrap this up, guys. Yankees win 11-7. Thanks for coming on. Have a great day, everybody. Lori, always good to see you. Hope to see you guys on next time. I'll be doing more live streams post-game as often as I can. And obviously Wednesday night, Saturday night, we're doing the regular live streams. But keep in touch. Make sure you hear all the other videos. I have a whole bunch more stuff coming, guys. So I'll talk to you next time.